Introduction music, that's what I need. Add that to the list. We need introduction music. Yeah, write it down. We'll forget. Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Inside the Studio with BaronSmithPicker.com. So this is kind of an experiment. We're going to see how it goes. I'm not real sure if the camera has me in the proper position, but I always wanted to be a radio DJ secretly deep down, and so music was a natural foray. So my dad taught me how to play the guitar, and the rest is history. But the purpose of this episode, session, whatever you want to call it, is I'm going to set up a weekly, monthly, yearly Inside the Studio special where I basically talk about things on topic, off topic, hot topics, and basically jack of all trades, master of none. But we're going to try this out. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions, recommendations, or strong opinions about how no, never again. And I won't disagree with you. But I do have a point. So today we're going to talk about things music related. So my mother was clearing out her closet the other day, and she used to run the Lone Star Cafe and Club in Dallas on Northwest Highway. But she found some old artifacts. And I recall this young lady performing at the club before she was well known. And it stood out to me because I'd never seen her before, but I realized she had one of the best bands I'd ever seen in my life. So I ventured up closer to the stage and sat down, and the steel player proceeded in putting on an absolute clinic that would make Ralph Mooney smile. But this young lady, she was 19 years old at the time, and she went on to be a pretty big movie star, a music star, country music star. But at the time, she was trying to, get by financially. Her dad had helped her out. He hired these guys to come in and play in her band. Well, to make ends meet or to supplement her income, she was custom making hats. And my mom hired the band, brought them in. Anyway, she wanted to give it to my mom, but my mom insisted on paying her for this hat. But it's basically, and I've got the hat right here. It's a custom-made cowboy hat. So this is a custom-made Texas-style straw cowboy hat adorned with beer bottle caps. All brands you can think of. Miller Lite, Coors Light, everything in between. Imports, exports, Corona, basically any bottle caps you can find. But Miranda Lambert made this hat, and she was selling these hats to make extra money. And so this is the hat. So I will probably be wearing it in a future video song I do. So I'll just have to decide what song I want to do that's appropriate for wearing a custom-made Miranda Lambert cowboy hat. So this is it. So we'll see what happens. All right? I've got other things too here, but this was kind of the highlight this week. But other than that, this is basically my studio. This is my little hidey hole where I record my songs pretty much each week. Sometimes I'll do 2 or 3. For a while I was doing a full hour set, but I decided to break it up into single individual songs because it's a little more palatable, or not everybody has an hour of their day to sit down and watch a full-blown concert. But anyway, that's kind of my game plan here for the past 6 months, and going forward, we shall see. But I wanted to go ahead and do an inaugural episode of Inside the Studio, and I will try to have a point of my show. I'll try to bring in guests, interview people, and have the viewer go away with something you didn't already know before. So I guess today the thing you may not have known before is that Miranda Lambert was a struggling music artist, just like a lot of them. And she had to supplement her income by custom making Texas cowboy hats. So send me an email if you're interested in the Miranda Lambert custom-made Texas cowboy hat. And who knows, maybe we'll contact her people, see if she still has any stored away in the warehouse somewhere she might be willing to part with. But this would basically be a prototype if we wanted to take it to Resist All Hats, see if they could make something like this, what they would charge. But you never know, this may make a comeback. That was probably in 1999, 2000, to give you an idea of the timeline, somewhere within that time frame. I don't have the exact dates, but yeah, that's the hat. So I like it. It actually fits. And like I say, I will probably wear it performing some Texas-related music. Who knows? Bob Wills is still the king. Maybe some me and Bobby McGee. She did perform that song that night, and that really got my attention because I knew this girl had something special, and she could do Janis Joplin flawlessly. And but it's going to be topics like that we're going to cover. Like I say, I don't want to waste your time. I may have already wasted your time. Who knows? But I'll try to tell stories that I would be interested in listening to, and we'll do this however often I decide to do it. And sometimes I may let you know about a song I'm working on, which I've got a couple in the works. So that's what I'll do. I'll improve the set. Keep a guitar handy. And when I listen back to the audio, I may go in and change the sound. But this was the best I could do on short notice, was just talking through the PA. I'll probably do a direct mic feed. I've got a couple of options here. Lavalier microphone, you kind of clip it onto your collar, and I think you hook it into the phone to get a direct sound. So it'll be trial and error. We'll see what happens. Like I say, I do want to have some guests on. I've got some people in mind that might be able to show you something that you've not seen before. We'll talk music. We'll talk, Texas country, outlaw country, maybe artists that haven't been heard on the radio, tell you some stories, and we'll build a community of musicians, artists, and fans of country music, fans of all kinds of music. But we'll close out for now, and I don't know how to close it other than turn out the lights, the party's over. Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Let's call it a night. Tomorrow start the same old thing again. What a crazy, crazy party. Never seen so many people. Look at you, you're having fun. He's nearly drunk. Trying to keep our love from dying. I can't stop crying. As for me, turn out the lights, the party's over. Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Let's call it a night. Party's over. And tomorrow start the same old thing again. That's all we have this week. Other than that, I'll see y'all down the road.